There was a study so controversial, so uncomfortable in its findings that it got shut down before publication. Researchers discovered one trait that made women more attracted to men than physical appearance, wealth, or status combined. And the results were so politically incorrect that the academic institution banned it. I'm talking about a legitimate university study with hundreds of participants, controlled conditions, and measurable biological responses. The findings were undeniable. Women's arousal, pursuit behavior, and stated attraction all spiked in response to this one trait more than any other variable tested. But when the lead researcher tried to publish, the university blocked it. Too controversial, too likely to cause outrage, too contradictory to accepted narratives about what women should find attractive. The study exists. The data is real, but you'll never see it in academic journals. Today, I'm revealing what that banned study actually discovered and why the findings are so explosive that they couldn't be made public. Let's go. Here's what researchers set out to measure. They wanted to identify which male traits triggered the strongest biological attraction responses in women. Not what women claimed attracted them, but what their bodies actually responded to. They assembled groups of women and exposed them to male subjects displaying different traits. Physical attractiveness was controlled for. They used men of similar appearance, but varied one specific behavioral trait to isolate its effect. The researchers measured everything: pupil dilation, heart rate, hormone levels, brain activity and reward centers, verbal responses, and behavioral choices about which men women wanted to interact with afterward. One group of men was instructed to display high agreeableness, being accommodating, seeking approval, asking for input on decisions, showing uncertainty, deferring to women's preferences. Classic nice guy behavior. Another group displayed high dominance, making decisions without asking permission, maintaining strong eye contact, speaking with certainty, taking charge of situations, showing zero concern about approval, not aggressive or mean, just the research team and original findings. Clearly dominant. The hypothesis was testing whether dominance versus agreeableness created stronger attraction responses. The results were so extreme, they shocked even the researchers. Here's what the data showed and why it got suppressed. Women showed dramatically stronger biological arousal responses to dominant male behavior than to any other variable tested, including physical attractiveness. Pupil dilation, a reliable indicator of attraction, increased significantly when women observed dominant behavior. Heart rate elevated. Hormone analysis showed increased testosterone and estrogen in women exposed to male dominance. Brain scans showed reward center activation matching patterns seen in addiction responses. But here's what made it truly controversial. Women's stated preferences contradicted their biological responses. When asked what they found attractive, they claimed the agreeable men with nice personalities, but their bodies told a completely different story. The agreeable men triggered polite interest verbally, but minimal biological arousal. The dominant men triggered strong denial of attraction verbally, but massive biological arousal. Responses. Women claimed they preferred the nice guys, while their bodies were responding intensely to the dominant ones. The behavioral data was even more damning. When given choice of which man to spend more time with, women overwhelmingly chose the dominant men, despite claiming preference for agreeable personalities. Their choices contradicted their words. Follow-up scenarios were most controversial. Researchers had men approach women with either dominant or agreeable energy in simulated dating scenarios. Dominant approaches got significantly more phone numbers, more physical touch initiated by women, more pursuit behavior. The agreeable approaches got friendly conversation but rarely led anywhere. Women were nice to these men but showed no sexual interest. The dominant approaches created immediate sexual tension and pursuit, despite women claiming they didn't like that behavior. Let me clarify what dominance means in this context, because it gets misunderstood. The dominant behavior that triggered attraction wasn't aggression or cruelty. It was decisiveness, confidence, strong frame, and complete lack of approval, seeking. Men who made decisions without asking permission, who stated opinions without hedging, who maintained positions when challenged, who acted like they didn't need approval. This manifests as walking into situations with calm confidence, making plans without asking, "Is this okay?" Stating preferences clearly, maintaining eye contact comfortably, speaking with certainty, not hesitancy, being unmoved by tests or challenges, showing zero anxiety about her approval. What they actually measured in female brains. Agreeable behavior that failed was constantly seeking input, asking permission for decisions, hedging statements with maybe or I don't know, avoiding strong opinions to prevent disagreement, breaking eye contact when challenged, showing anxiety about her response. The difference is presence. Dominant men occupied space comfortably and made decisions from internal authority. Agreeable men were tentative and sought external validation before acting. Women's bodies responded to the first and ignored the second. You can't fake dominance. It must be genuine. But you can develop it through specific practices. First, stop seeking approval before making decisions. When planning something, decide and invite her into your plan. We're going to this restaurant at 7 not. Where do you want to go? What time works for you? Second, state opinions clearly without hedging. I think this not I kind of maybe think this, but I don't know. What do you think? Your certainty triggers respect and attraction. Your uncertainty triggers neither. Third, maintain your position when challenged. If she tests you or disagrees, hold frame. I understand you see it differently. I still think this. Don't immediately fold to avoid conflict. Fourth, eliminate approval-seeking language. Remove sorry for things that aren't actual mistakes. Remove is that okay when you've made reasonable decisions. Remove constant checking for her emotional state. Fifth, develop genuine confidence through achievement. Real dominance comes from actual capability and accomplishment. Build skills, achieve goals, create results. This generates authentic confidence that manifests as dominance. Sixth, stop being controlled by her emotional state. She's upset. Stay calm. She's testing you. Stay grounded. She withdraws approval. Stay centered. Your emotional state isn't dependent on her responses. The study proved women respond to men who display self-assured dominance, not performance of confidence, but genuine internal authority that shows through behavior. Understanding this banned research changes your entire approach. Stop trying to be more agreeable to attract women. The data proves this decreases attraction. Even while women claim to want it, their bodies respond to the opposite of what they say attracts them. Recognize that women's stated preferences are unreliable. Trust behavioral data and biological responses over verbal claims. What women say they want and what their bodies respond to are often opposite. Develop genuine dominance through building actual capability and confidence. Then let that dominance show through decisive behavior, strong frame, and lack of approval seeking. Understand that nice without dominance gets you friend-zoned. Women will like you, respect you, trust you, but not desire you. Dominance creates desire. Niceness without it creates comfort without attraction. The band study proves what thousands of men have observed but couldn't explain. Scientifically, women are more attracted to dominant male behavior than to agreeableness, regardless of what they claim verbally. Let me bring this together. A Band University study proved women show stronger biological attraction responses to male dominance than any other trait, including physical appearance. Dominant behavior triggered measurable arousal, while agreeable behavior didn't. Despite women claiming to prefer agreeableness, this got suppressed because it validated dominant masculinity. Revealed stated preferences are unreliable. provided objective biological proof, contradicting narratives, and scientifically confirmed nice guys finish last. Dominance means decisiveness, confidence, strong frame, and zero approval seeking. Not aggression, but self-assured authority. Apply this through making decisions, without seeking permission, stating opinions clearly, maintaining positions when challenged, eliminating approval-seeking language, and building genuine confidence through achievement. This changes everything, because it proves women's bodies respond to dominant behavior even while claiming to want the opposite. Stop listening to stated preferences. Trust biological responses and behavioral choices. If this band research opened your eyes to the gap between what women claim and what actually creates attraction, subscribe. I'm revealing suppressed truths that threaten comfortable narratives but explain reality. Hit subscribe so you understand what actually works based on proof they tried to hide.